try to go live here again. The Facebook version's given up, so if it does that again, I'm going to end up going live this afternoon. Anyways, what I wanted to talk to you today about is giving more than you expect in return. And when you do this, this is a principle for success in life, in business, in finance, in relationships, in spirituality, whatever that is. So when we give more than we expect in return, we will have abundance, prosperity, whatever that is, whatever we want more of, whatever that is. Don't get stuck on the word of prosper, abundance, whatever that is. Don't get stuck on that word. Whatever you want more of, by giving more of it than you expect back. That's why I said it also applies to relationships, giving more love, giving more information, giving more finance, giving more knowledge, more than you expect in return back or value exchange, you will always prosper. And so this is a principle right here. I'm not talking about financial giving, by the way. What I'm talking about is so often people are so stingy with offering of themselves, what's inside of them, their spirit, their heart, their wisdom, their understanding, and they're expecting so much more back than they are willing to give. And there's a principle of this specifically in business that I want to hone in here on, is that if you give more value, then you expect your customers to give you back in monetary value buying your products. Giving far more value from what they are buying than what they are giving you in return in financial exchange, you will prosper because people are feeling like they are getting 5 to 10 times more than what you are asking them to part with. People have a value system in their life for their time, for their wisdom, for their knowledge, for their resources, in mentorship. Giving, if you're working with a mentor will usually either charge you or it's an exchange of they'll mentor you in this thing and you can help them in this thing. Giving more than you expect in return. I'm not talking about, by the way, sowing financially into a church or an organization and giving and then having it come back to you in that. I will talk about that at the end here because I do believe in the law of tithing, reaping and sowing, first fruits, giving spiritually and that law. But what I'm specifically talking about here is for you to prosper in any area of your life. If it's in relationships, giving more of your time, the 5 love languages, acts of service, there's touch, there's affirmation, there is quality time, and then I forget what the third one is, which is funny because I think the third one is one that I have, or it's one that or it's one that I don't have and my wife doesn't have, so that's why I'm forgetting it. Anyways, if someone remembers it, leave it in the comments below. See, now I'm curious, guys. 5 love languages. This is really interesting, and this is what I wanted to talk about here. What are the 5 love languages? Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. Physical touch, acts of service, affirmation, quality time, and gifts. Giving gifts, that's what it is. Which my wife is gifts, so that means that I really need to hone in on that one more. You guys, it's funny, I just kind of do it naturally now. Anyways, back on that. Giving love and expecting, giving more than you expect in return in a relationship helps you grow, helps it thrive. Giving more in that. Hey, what's up, babe? I totally forgot that gifts was your love language. So I just told everybody that. Was talking about giving more than you expect in return. Anyways, in business, this is also a principle. If you give more value than you expect your customers to give you in value, in monetary value, you'll receive what you want in return, and you'll prosper by giving more than you expect in return. So this applies to relationships. This applies in business. This applies in health. You put in the work in health and fitness, probably more than you're going to get back. People put in a little bit, maybe equal to what they think that their fitness goals are going to be, and they're wondering why they're not getting to that level right there. It's funny. Someone said they're going to hold me accountable. My wife, she got the gift of being able to go to New York City with her best friend this week. So there's that right there. For me, I'm quality time. In that, that's so funny. I really opened up myself to criticism and vulnerability right there, but I'm not going to let it bother me as well. I forgot the 5 love languages, and gifts is the one that my wife is, and that's the 5th one I forgot. So it's hilarious. But this is great. That's why this is real. This is raw. This is that right there. Now I'm definitely going to have something waiting for her when she gets back. Anyways, in business, Dave Meltzer calls it this, the 120 rule. If you ask somebody to give you $100, or no, you're going to give $100 to people in value in business, giving $100 and asking for 20 in return. Let's say I gave you right now $100 or even $100,000 and only asked you to give me 20,000. Giving that value, I'm not saying invest 20,000 and then it's going to come to fruition. Instant exchange. If I gave you 100 and only asked for 20 in return in business, if you give $1,000 in value and you're only asking for, 20 or 200 in return, when people can see that and clearly, tangibly tell the value that they're getting is so much greater than what you're asking, you will prosper, because people will say, yeah, how can I get 5, 10x of my money instantly by investing in that? And so when you're asking people to buy a product or service from you, this is a principle of giving more than you expect in return. This is a principle that applies in relationships, giving more than you expect in return. And then in that, we will get what we need more of. When I really hone in on my wife's love languages, I get more of, affirmation, quality time, physical touch. Those are mine. And, in business, when I give more of what I expect, it comes back to me. In fitness, when I put in giving in fitness is really loving ourselves and putting in a little extra time on the elliptical, not eating a donut every day, but maybe once a week or once a month, stuff like that, giving, putting in more than we expect in return, and we get greatness in return out of it. And so this is a principle that applies. I am a firm believer, like I said, in tithing, I give to my local church, and it's growing the kingdom in that. And I believe as well that that's a principle, is financially giving and tithing in return, and then first fruits, love offering, more than that. This video wasn't specifically on that topic, but if you're wondering my thoughts on that, I also agree with that and make that a part of my life and just a principle that I won't waver on at all. That's not to brag or make you give me a pat on the back. That's just, if you're wondering what I think about that is how I feel. But that's not what this video is about. So for you, if you're wanting to prosper and grow in business, grow in your relationships, grow in your health, grow in your fitness, grow in your life, that's what this is about. Grow in your life. Give of your life more than you expect in return. For you to get a raise at your job as an employee, giving more than you're expecting just for that paycheck, even if it's not your job, in your business, in your job, in your workplace, giving more than, and eventually your boss will see that. Or if they don't, another boss will and hire you. Or if they don't, you'll have the principle to start your own business, because now you're giving more than just a single boss can offer you in the marketplace. And so that's how everybody can grow their life, is giving more than they expect in return, and more will be then added to you through that. I think there's a Bible verse that literally says those exact words right there. But a lot of people apply it to just, tithing and stuff like that. But it's really more of a proverb, a principle, a proverb of living life, and a world economy principle. The more you give, if you give abundantly, authentically, not expecting, give more than you expect in return, more will come back at you. And it's just the law of reaping and sowing right there. Anyways, I hope this helps you. I hope you see where I'm coming from. a little bit of the funny vulnerability here. So have a good one, everybody, and grow your life. I believe in you. I believe that you can accomplish anything. You can do great things. Nothing is impossible for you if you make decisions and take action and go after it with all that you have. Have a good one, everybody, and grow your life.